Good evening. Today is Sunday, uh, and we are in this particular week. Well, something very big happened. The whole world knows about Charlie Kirk. What a fantastic guy he was, and yeah, that happens. And when good people are around, uh, they try to get rid of them so easy because these people they follow Christ, you see, and they work for Jesus. And with their movement, which is very good, they hurt a lot of people. Now, what I mean hurt is they hurt them in a way because they are saying the truth, and the truth is no good for a lot of people. Now, as you all know, we had this sudden bad news about Charlie Kirk. He was a good man, fantastic man. He had a fantastic following. He's a family man. He was only 31 years old, had a beautiful wife and three beautiful angels. He was doing a lot of good, but somehow Satan found a way to get rid of him because today we have a lot of people that follow Satan. You see, always like that. So, what happens? Now, we are all talking about who did this? Who did this terrible thing? Who did this terrible killing? Who robbed Charlie Kirk from a beautiful life? He was only 31 years old. He was only 31 years old. He had a good life in front of him, and he could have done and a lot of good. But for the elite, uh, for these satanic people, this thing was no good. So they come up with the idea that this young kid, there's a kid 20, 22 years old, did the killing, did the shooting. Well, now let's be realistic, all right? We didn't fall from heaven. We didn't, we're living on Earth, we're not living on Mars. And we don't like dreaming. So this was a job, professional job. This was a sharpshooter. And for somebody, anybody that in the army that knows about this thing will tell you, for somebody to be that perfect, you have to first be in the army. Secondly, you have to train and train and train and train for a lot of hours, not hours, even years. And this guy got the job spot on with one shot, only one shot. And there were thousands and thousands of people and didn't hit nobody. This shot only hit him. Not to mention that around him there was about 3 or 4 people. I don't know what they were, if they were supposed to be his bodyguards. But we'll talk about that too. No worries. Now, they brought this guy climbing down from a building. Now, to start with, because you have to be a real hippopotamus to believe these things. To start with, if he wanted to escape, he would escape from the back, not from the front of the building, that all the people there can look and see him. That's number one. But he had to escape through that because this is part of the plan, you see. You'll see later on. Number two, all right, he came down. How about his gun? Did his gun walked away or what? What happened? I didn't throw the gun down. You can't throw a gun down. You cannot throw a gun down. So he climbed down. After he gone into his garden, there next door there was a lot of trees, like a bit of it's all trees there and around there. So later on they tell you that police found the gun wrapped in a sort of a cover or something, in a box or whatever, lying against a tree. Another thing, it doesn't make sense. Anybody that do a shooting with an arm, before he do the shooting, before he do anything, he'll make sure that he's gonna have find a place where he dispose from the gun that nobody can find. Do you understand that? That nobody can find. It's not. This was a present. Here it is. Look, take it. Number two, when you start thinking about these things doesn't make sense. Those are two of the things. Now, this 22-year-old, there is no way on earth that he was in the army first. There's no way on earth that he trained. That there is no way on earth that he can shoot. You can give him that gun a million times, and 20 paces away, you can put a human being, and I tell you, he'll shoot and he'll miss, let alone about 400 yards or whatever. Now, another incredible piece of news came out where there was a guy from the FBI or some sort of policing in America. And he came on television, and anyway, I saw him in the news, on the internet. Well, he said, we seen the guy, listen to this now, and hit me. Maybe I wake up and I will understand this. Hit me. We see this guy with a gun. We followed him. Now, keep in mind one thing. Not long ago, the same thing happens, only it was on Trump. A guy came in with a gun, climbed on a building. So this time, this personnel, I don't know if it was FBI or some sort of policing in America, have we seen him? We followed him. He climbed. We saw him. And after the shooting, they saw him climbing down, according to them, with an arm. Tell me, what is he going to go on a building where at that time there was this thing going on with a gun, that type of gun, and they did nothing. They did nothing. And then he said after the shooting, we saw him coming down. Oh, that's good. That's good. Now you got these so-called, I don't know what you call them, because in any other country they got these people and they shoot them after. Not give them a job of 80 or 100 grand a year, they shoot them because they are traitors. If I was instead of his wife, of Charlie Kirk, first I sue, and I sue the police, especially him, for about 50 million for her husband. Because he's telling it. He is saying it in front of everybody. We saw him, we followed him going up with a gun. After the shooting, we saw him coming down, then we followed him. They saw him coming down. Now, listen to this. They saw him coming down. And they were looking after this guy, and this guy was home for 2 days, according to his mother. For 2 days, they were looking after him, and he was home for 2 days. Now tell me if any of this makes sense. Because to me, it's like you are talking to me in Japanese, because I cannot understand one single thing. And I don't know why, to tell you the truth. I don't know why. These things only happen in America, the greatest country on earth. Why? These things only happen in America, the land of the dreamers, the land that they go on the moon, where you cannot leave the earth, the way it is, because nothing can leave the earth. Today is public knowledge. The World Trade Center, the Twin Towers, that's it. Another big lie. The killing of Kennedy and his brother, another big two lies. Go on the moon, of course, and spend all the money, another big lies. And you have to see who is behind them all these. You have to see who is behind them all these things. If not the Mossad, The Mossad, for those that don't know, they are a type of Jews. They are not the real religious Jews. They are the corrupt Jews. They are the satanic Jews. Understand me? Anyway, so there is no way on earth that this kid shot, and you'll see that later on, this kid will go free. He was involved in the conspiracy because he gone up with a sort of a gun. He climbed down for everyone to see him. So why that happened? So all the things go there. All the thinking, all the everything will be focused on that, not on the real thing, but they have to focus on something else, not on what really happened. Now, what is it then that really happened? Well, this is one stinking bomb, believe me. This is terrible. And it's coming from the top, whether you believe it or not. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, Netanyahu, the guy that ruined the world and that America praise and love, not to mention this, that Netanyahu is going around the world and sometimes he have meetings in front of his people and saying America is our slaves. Americans are our slaves. And when we say jump, they say how high. They do what we want. We run America, not them. They give us what we want and when we want and how we want. And they have to beg us. No matter what, they can never ever say no. Did you get that? Good. Now, why all this? Like I said, about 4 weeks ago, Netanyahu, the corrupt guy, he invited this guy, what's his name? The dead guy, Charlie Kirk, to go to Israel and have a meeting with Israel. Well, sorry, Charlie Kirk was not an idiot. He didn't go to college because to be a smart man, you don't need to go to college. College is only there to rob you of money. Everybody knows that today, but it doesn't matter. Leave that. But he was a very smart guy, and he smelled it from miles away. So he didn't accept to go to Israel and have a meeting with this corrupt guy. So at the right time, at the moment, there is something boiling in America that can make a difference, a very, 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 very big difference to a lot of people up the top, to a lot of politicians, to a lot of Hollywood people, to a lot of rich, mighty, high people. Now, Jeffrey Epstein, I'm talking about. Everybody knows Jeffrey Epstein. Everybody knows what he was involved in. So much child pornography, child sex, child killing, child whatever. Anything that is wrong and corrupt and satanic, there the head is child. The head is Jeffrey Epstein. And he is a Jew. And he is part of the Mossad. He's part of the Mossad. The Mossad are the most corrupt of the Jews that buy you off, that trick you, that poison you, that lock you in a state that you can never ever, from that day on, say no. So what really happened? You see, Jeffrey Epstein was being run, although he was part of the Mossad, but he was run by the Mossad. And they will tell him what to do, who they trick. Israel, these terrible people that I'm talking about, they know all the people that they need to use, whether for money or for power or for arms or what is it. It doesn't matter what it is. They will know. They will get to the bottom of that and they will know the real man. So they think about it and say, all right, now everybody have a weak spot. Now we want that man, when we ask him for something, it doesn't matter what, he cannot say no. And what can we do? So we buy off that man. Do you understand what's happening here? I'm giving it to you bit by bit so you understand it. So what they do, they even have it on the royal family in England and parliamentarians around the world. They even have it on a lot of parliamentarians around the world, even in Europe. Even in Europe. So they will have the particular guy, they invite him. They have what they call fun islands or whatever. They have an island that belongs to them. Nobody can go there, belongs to them. Once you jump on that, from then on, it's all satanic. We arrive there and they give him whatever, try to make him, and they give him a lot of kids, young kids, young kids. And every place and every room you go, it's all televised. It's all with cameras in it. Even if you go to the toilet, there is cameras. So, man is weak, man fall easy. We are all sinners from me to the end of the world. So, they will have sex with kids. And they will do all terrible acts. Sometimes they even are involved in the killing of kids, drinking their blood. You see, they have it in their heads. There is this thing, I don't know what they call it exactly. A lot of people these days trying to stay looking young. And to stay looking young, they do two things. I think they call it chromosome. If I'm not mistaken, they call it chromosome. So what they do is they kill young kids, sometimes even babies or kids up to 2 and 3 years old. Then they drink their blood because there is chromosomes in that blood. And when you drink that blood, you stay young. Your body stay young. Your skin, your looks. You drink their blood. And after, they cook their flesh. You outside there, most of you are laughing. And the other half are saying that I'm crazy. And if I was you, I would do the same. But when you start studying, when you start seeing, when you start reading, when you start listening to people that were there, they were involved, people that were involved, they come out crying and tell you what's happening there. See, the guy that did the film, that film, The Passion of the Christ, Mel Gibson. Ask Mel Gibson, he'll tell you what they do. You think Mel Gibson is a liar? You have about 8 or 10 men now that he was able to pull out of Hollywood and get them clean. So they kill these, they will be involved in all this, they will be filmed and involved in all this. And they drink their blood, and then they cook their flesh and they eat their flesh. Because by doing so, they stay young. And somehow or another, once they are on the island, from this way or that way, they are twisted around and they do it. And they are filmed. Once they are filmed, that's the end of it, my friend. Then they come to you and they say, look now, we want this, we want the backing for this and that, and we want these arms, and we want this amount of money. And when you start saying, don't but me, remember, we have films. You say no, we put this on air, and you're finished. You're finished. Your career is finished. Nobody wants to know you anymore. You'll be dead. You finished. That's what they do. That's what they do. So the Mossad today, they did thousands of them. And that's why in a lot of countries, even in Europe, say like in America, about 650,000 kids every year got missing. In Germany, about 185 kids missing. In France, so much. In Italy, everywhere. Where do you think these kids go? Remember, what's her name? That black lady? She used to have a show. No, I don't get it. If I remember the name, I tell you. She used to have a show and she had good followings. Oprah Winfrey. She comes and she'll have about 5 or 6 black kids around her. And she'll say, I love these kids. I go to Africa. I gave million. I built schools. I built hospitals. And when she is there, she brings thousands with her to America. And these poor kids are all finished. They are all finished. They are all killed. They are used for sex. Mel Gibson told her how corrupt she is, how many kids she killed. Part of the Mossad too. They are all in the Jewish circle. So today you have this everywhere. So America, because we keep saying, but why? The whole world hates Israel, or at least condemns Israel for what they do in Gaza, and America say no. Why? My dear friend, America cannot say what they want. America is no, they have no power. America runs by the elite, which are Jews, Mossad. If one of them say no, the following day will be all in the news, all nude, having kids with 5 and 6 year olds, drinking their blood, eat their flesh. Now, now, last week, if I'm correct, because I watch these things, there was a vote in the parliament in America about Jeffrey Epstein and his files. And the whole world is saying, get the files out, get the files out. The people have a right to know. So they voted 51 to 49 not to get the files out. Why? Because they are all involved. From the top down, Maltese used to say, when the fish stinks, it stinks from the head. Who is crazy enough of them to say, yes, let's put the files out for all to see? So then they start saying, oh, that minister, or that president, or that this, or that, or that. Oh, look at that, and look at that, and look at that. And see them all having sex with kids and drinking their blood, killing of babies, sex with kids. and after cook them and eat them. That's very hard. Eh? Not even animals do that today. Now, for a long time, Jeffrey Kirk, he was an ally of the Jews, an ally, because for some reasons he went to Israel. He loved Christ. He spread the word of Christ all around the world, and he wanted to go and go through all the paces and all the places where Christ been, Jerusalem, this and that. And he gone there and he loved it. He loved it. And he fell in love with Israel. He loved it. But Charlie Kirk is still Charlie Kirk. And Charlie Kirk might love a lot of things, but nothing breaks the love he have for God. Nothing overpass the love he have for Jesus. So lately, in the last 2 weeks or so, especially when they were voting in Parliament, he have shows. I don't know if you ever saw him. I used to see his shows where he, with the students, and he have a show on television, and he's all over the place, and he have millions of followers. And he kept saying, no, those files should be open to everyone to say, no matter what. Remember, I told you that Netanyahu invited him about 4 weeks ago to go there so he can put him in a corner and rattle him and buy him off and tell him, be careful, because if you don't agree with us, we're there to you. But Charlie Kirk smelled it from miles away, because today, with the AI, they can do anything they like. Eh? So he stayed away. So eventually, Charlie Kirk had to go. There is no other way. Charlie Kirk had to go. Had to go. Simple as that. Can't keep going, Charlie Kirk. Because Charlie Kirk was walking on a lot of toes that want to make millions and that want to keep doing rotten things in this world. And Charlie Kirk was making a stop to that, and that's no good for them. So he had to go. The same like happened to Kennedy when he wanted to stop all these world bankers and said, no, the money belongs to the people, not the world bankers. So they got rid of him. Them, FBI, CIA, and they killed him. And then they put the blame on some Russian guy or whatever, that he didn't even know who was the president, let alone kill him. And they killed him. But it wasn't that kid. That kid won't even know how to hold a gun in his hand. Believe me. But that kid was a part of the plan. They wanted something to focus on. Something that the people, the police and everyone, want to focus on. So they put this guy, a scapegoat. Sorry. Now, how many of you, I ask you, how many of you seen this part about Charlie Kirk on the day that he was shot? I cannot show you now. I cannot. I have it somewhere on my mobile, yes, but I cannot show you now. Charlie Kirk was there, and there was at least 4 or 5 that's supposed to be his bodyguards. Well, believe me, try to see it and look at these guys. You got one wearing a white hat and kept going. all these what they call it, these signs. The army used to do all these signs, you know. Then you had another one next to him, and just going like that, and to doing all the signs. Why? Then had another one on the other side. You can see him. He was trembling. He was so nervous. You ask me, I will tell you that Charlie Kirk was surrounded by five. Who was that guy that kissed Christ? Judas. Five, not one. They were all involved in this killing. So, somehow or another, where the killer was, they were tap tapping for him and making designs for him. Now is the time. Now is the time. Do this, do that. Now is the time. Have a look at it. You don't have to believe what I say. The other one with the hat, and keep doing all these things. If you are in America and you see the what they call it, that they played there, that game they played, and they have a guy with the hat to grab the ball, and you see him going, doing all the signs with that. It's the same, like Morse code. Charlie Kirk had to go. Unfortunately, Charlie Kirk had no friends. Even when he died. If he died, if he died. Because sometimes I wonder, did it happen like Diana? See, Diana, Princess Diana, she was involved in the traffic accident, but she never died. And when they put it in an ambulance, they go rushing and they passed three good hospitals. Three good hospitals. And they didn't stop at any of them, kept going to the fourth one. So in the meantime, they can suffocate her and kill her. Today, you have the police in France saying, yes, Princess Diana was murdered. Today, you have the French police saying that Princess Diana was murdered. All I can say that Charlie Kirk had no friends with him on the stand. He was all alone, him and Jesus. Because I keep looking at it, and every time I look at it, and I see all these signs, my God, and I say, what is this, my God? These are involved. They are doing signs to somebody. They are doing different signs to somebody. This does not make sense. Time will pass. Another thing you should know. Another thing you should know. About 40 minutes before the shooting, a small plane landed in Utah. A small plane landed in Utah. And if you go on the internet, you see it. Never stay on what you tell you, on what I tell you. Check these things. And you know if I'm lying. 15 or less minutes after the shooting, this plane disappeared. Was he Mossad? Was he Israeli, the one that shot him? When they want to get their man, there is no stopping those devils. They can cross not the Atlantic, they can cross anywhere. So while everybody is screaming and running around and crying, and the soldiers and what have you, all running after the guy that climbed down, because there had to be an alternation. There had to be something that tied the people away from the real thing. You tell me, excuse me, you tell me, you do something in a square, on a building, a square full of people, then you want to run away. So you climb down, excuse me, the face of the building, facing all these people. So all these people looking at he's climbing down. Not climb from the back so no one can see him and run away. No, in the front. This kid will get something for being a conspiracy thing, for being involved in this conspiracy thing. But he is not the shooter. I challenge anybody to give that gun to that kid and let him shoot and try him and see what he'll hit. I tell you, he will never be able to hit anything. He will never be able to hit anything. That is just a 20-year-old kid still sucking his mom tits. That kid that kid doesn't have an idea what a gun is. If it was one of those things where a crazy kid will be given so many pills and then he goes crazy and then he'll have a gun and he goes into school and start going boo, 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 whatever it hits, it hits. All right, maybe I can swallow that. But this one shot, all those yards away, two football fields. They tell you it was more than two football fields. You know how big is a football field in America? More than two football fields away. And you got this little thing there, and you hit it on this little thing there. No miss. Does it make sense, boys? Now his mom is saying, first they were praising his dad because they said his dad phoned the police and told him he's here, come and get him. Now his mom is saying, no, he was not able of doing this. I know he wasn't. He can't even write his name, that kid. What's wrong with you? Sniper. Sniper, my notes. He doesn't even know how to spell the word sniper, let alone be one of them. And that's what we have now. That's what we have. Mossad. They got two kinds of Jews. You got the Jews that follow some sort of religion, and those type of Jews are marching with the other group. What they call them? They are against Israel, and they are saying, no, we have no right for Israel whatsoever. We have no right for that land. We lost it because we're going against God. And you got the evil one that they invented. the one that invented the Mossad and invented this thing, he was an atheist. If you read about his life, the one that invented this sort of Israeli, this sort of Jew, this sort of Jews, he, he doesn't believe in anything. He is an atheist. I hope that you understood. I tried to cut it in pieces as much as possible. I tried to show you. These things happens, my friend. These things happens long time ago. One point before I go, I tell you, they shot Kennedy and everybody said, oh, from that window, Lee Harvey Oswald. Da, 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 da. Today, it's public knowledge. Public knowledge. His driver, I have it on camera. His driver turned around with a gun and gone boom, boom in his head. His driver in his own car, he shot him. So never say never. Never say no, couldn't be that he shot him from there. Check those films that they put in on where Charlie Kirk is before he was shot. Check all the signs. Check all those men around him, what they do. Check everything. Anyway, that was all I had to tell you today. But I love the guy because he was an honest guy. He was a good guy. He was a family guy. He had a good wife. He had 3 angels. He was only 31 years old. He was doing a lot of good things. He preached everywhere he gone for Christ. As far as we know, because you can never tell. Only God knows those things. But as far as we tell, he was a good guy. So, when it comes to the hard part, he didn't say, no, I will stick with the Jews. I will stick with the Mossad. No, he said, no, Jeffrey Epstein, things have to come out for everyone to see. And that's what killed Charlie Kirk. Some people tell you, oh, he was having a conversation with somebody, they didn't agree, and they shot him. Oh, you can't shoot a bloke because you don't agree with him. No, 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 no. No, don't mix up things, my dear friend. Those people that used to argue with him, they were just kids. And he might say one to the other, you stupid, or you tell him you're an idiot, or something like that. I believe they can say that, or you're sorry, they say a dirty word or something. But to shoot him now, this was from the top. This was another big thing that had to be done. The call came from Israel, from the Mossad. The government in America knew about it, but they are sworn to secrecy. If any of them open their mouth, they are finished. If the president of America today open his mouth, tomorrow we'll see pictures about him in Jeffrey Epstein case because all of them were involved, even the president. I see myself pictures of him, not today, not today, but I see pictures of him when he was younger with Jeffrey Epstein and with kids. So he can't. He can't. Right now, he is as angry as anything. Oh, what I did, look what I did. And now I had to let all this happen. But it's too late now. He's not about to throw all this away. So he sold off Christ. Not like Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk will not sell Christ off. Anyway, I thank you very much. I wish that all of you will have the rest a good weekend of what is left. I wish you the very best. Keep smiling, stay happy, stay safe. Find the time to pray, yeah? Before you go to sleep, 10 minutes with the Master. Don't you like to talk to the Master? I talk to him every day, and I'm not shy to say it. I don't care if you call me an idiot or a crazy guy or an ignorant or stupid. I don't call me what you like. It's all right with me. Fun time. 10 minutes is enough before you sleep. Talk to the Master. Tell him how you want, what you need. Thank him. All right. God bless you all.